Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
What is up? Good morning. Big D Energy here on the Woodward Sports Network. T. Foss in for Neil. Neil is in Nolans, right? I think he's in Nolans.
I don't
I
remember.
thought you said Nome.
Nolans.
Nolans, yeah, yes.
Yeah,
KG,
something like
JB, Young Joey here. Are you a Nolans fan?
that. Nah,
Yes, I like it. It's nasty, but I like it.
star.
Food is great.
Honestly, there's no better city for me like cuisine.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you didn't like it.
No, I don't like New Orleans. Food wise, there's no city like it. But what the first line that you said, it is nasty. It smells. It's too humid.
It's very humid.
But the food is the only reason to travel there for me.
Right.
Best food ever.
And it floods.
Yes.
That's not good either.
Yeah.
That's an understatement, Terry. It floods. Shout out to New Orleans, man.
KG here, JB here, Young Joey here as well. So much to do on a Monday morning. I'm going to start here because KG, we've been trying to tell the people, and I'm intrigued that Terry's here because Terry, at times, is a very great voice of reason type of guy, and I say that with respect, T. I saw that wince, but you are. No, you are.
Yeah,
I
at
wonder if I
times.
should stand up because I feel like I'm your child.
That's normally how I go. Sean stands, so
Do-
Neil
do-
normally
do-
sits.
Do you know how this starts? We have the worst chairs in the history of chairs.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty.
there's no. I mean, honestly, there's no other way to.
Yeah.
That's why I stand. It's just more comfortable.
Well, you know who picked him out?
it was Maz, right?
It was Maz.
Did Bass pick out these chairs too? I know he picked the old studio
I
chairs.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
These two.
You might have a notch or two on there that you can adjust.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of go up.
No, because then I go down. On
Yep.
Listen, and I know some
I'm the
of you,
voice of reason, and that's going to be handy. Why?
the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, God.
Yeah. See, okay, it's not gonna work today.
We off to a
Terry,
great start.
And listen. There are some people in the chat, you know who you are, who have been very angry at KG and I. I was busted by this team in May, legit. Like, and I'm not even talking by the end of May. I mean, the middle of May. And even when they're playing well, which give them their flowers, they've been doing that for the last month and a half. Terry, it's an arduous watch. It is a frustrating watch, and that's why I do not believe that this team can put it all together and punch their way into the playoffs. I just don't, and I've got a whole season as evidence now. Literally.
Well,
look how
actually,
much
you don't.
Not a whole season.
Here's what has happened to us as a fan base, as a media and everything. The Tigers, for the most part, this season has played good baseball. What they can't dig out of is 6-22.
Yep.
That is like you're trying to swim the English Channel, but somebody put like a weight on your back.
Yeah.
So you're still making it, but you're not going anywhere. And when we look at this season, I think we're going to look at 6-22 and say, dudes, you can get it together for 1 month to play at least 500 baseball. If they played 500 baseball in, was it March, May, whatever it was.
It was May.
Yeah, they'd be in good shape.
Terry, honestly, the end of May, you cannot dig a 16-game hole.
No.
Because Terry, you gave a great. You are literally punching up the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
You are, and as good as they've played, do you know they have to play at this exact same pace the next 56 games to even get to 84 wins?
Yeah.
They have to play over 600 baseball, 34-22 for you mathematicians out there. They have to go 34-22 just to get to 84 wins.
And let me say this. It's hard to play 600 baseball even when you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be really weird.
Yeah.
And I don't think this team is as bad as we make them out to be. but they almost have to be perfect. I mean, they won like 10 out of 12 games, and they were still digging themselves out of a hole.
Yep.
They could win. Let's say they go 6-4 the rest of the way. They're still in trouble. That's 600 baseball.
Yep. Hey, look no further. To Terry's point, look no further. Look at the standings right now. You can do this at home. Look how much ground they've gained on the masses. And it's not just one or two teams. As we've talked about 100 times, Terry, here on the show, you have to leapfrog 5 teams.
Yeah.
5 teams to get into the wild card. We know about the situation in the division. And if Chicago goes 6-4, you didn't gain any ground.
No, you didn't.
If Boston goes 8-2, you lost 2 games in the wild card.
No.
race.
Boston goes 10-0.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and that's it's. And then you get a scenario where you take the first 2 games of this series, and the last 2 games. I want it to be known that is not me in Paus's costume. So if anybody wants to yell at me or KG,
No, that's Paul. Shout out Paul's, man.
that is not us. That's Pause. Something tells me that Pause isn't doing that actually. But anyway,
Paul's got kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly. This is a scenario, T, where, as you said,
Right.
we're at the point where you can't afford to lose a game like you did Saturday, KG. You can't afford to lose a game like we saw yesterday, where you got a huge break. What was it, the 5th inning, the Riley Green
the
grounder?
5th inning was your break.
Got a huge break, no doubt about that. And you got to find a way to finish that game. And that takes us to the pen.
Yeah.
And you have A.J. Hinch coming out and go, nope, Drew's our guy in the 8th. That's our guy. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Honestly, what do you want me to say? Okay.
Man, they was tearing him and McKinstry apart yesterday. Some of the people that watched that game, they were pissed off. McKinstry, of course, getting thrown out at 3rd in the 8th when you kind of had a chance to maybe get back in it. But yesterday's game was just like the epitome of what the Tiger season has been to me. It is literally just the ups and downs. You think they're good. You think they're going to wiggle out of it. You know, Fromberg has the early, string of runs, and you can see him getting frustrated up there. He's going to turn into the Incredible Hulk. And just it didn't happen. He was able to get it under control. But you had your breaks in this game. This was a game in which you were supposed to win. This was a game in which, you were playing a glorified AAA team, and you still couldn't find a way to get it done, and they split the series. But every singular loss hurts you at this point if you're the Tigers. And it's unfortunate, man. You're not going to win many games when Riley Green and Gleyber Torres going 0 for 5, but that's just the type of inconsistency that we've seen. Riley Green's been tearing the cover off the ball lately. But
Except when he has to.
Right. And I know you're very fond of him, Terry, but it just sucks because one minute they look like a very, very competent team, and you're like, where the hell has this been? And then they follow that up with shit. And you just wonder, okay, what are we really doing here? And that's why people like me and you have been more on the pessimistic side of this, because we've seen this. We have seen this roller coaster before. I don't think it's going to end very well, but at this point, they just got to keep winning, and they weren't able to swing a series that they absolutely should have swung. So.
You know what my bunion is telling me? They're going to win just enough where they're going to be right at the end and say, okay, if we can win 3 out of 5 games, we'll be in the playoffs.
Yep.
And they're going to keep Scooble. They'll be right there. And to me, this isn't about this season making the playoffs. I don't care if they make the playoffs, because if they make the playoffs, guess what? They're going to get their asses kicked.
Yes, sir.
When they play the first good team. To me, this is about preparing yourself for the future. Are you going to stack your team with studs, or are you going to stack your team with young guys who are going to help you down the road? And the way you do that is you have. And you know what? And let me stop myself. I made a promise to myself today that if we talk Tigers baseball, I was not going to mention the word Tarek Skubal. And here I am. But it's about, are you going to stack your team with young guns who are going to help you in the future? Are you going to bring some studs in who can help you next year or even the rest of this season? So that's what this is all about to me. It's not about making the playoffs.
Terry, I look at this, and much like I'll get to your thought at the end of the season, because They have the Nats and Pirates to end the season. I really legitimately, like you, I think it's coming down to the very end.
Yeah.
Well, all we have to do is win 4 out of 6. The whole 600 baseball thing.
Yep.
And somehow we're going to go 3-3, and we'll just miss it 83.
No, they'll do 3-3. If
Yeah,
that's the
and
scenario.
It's funny how we know the scenario already.
And we'll just miss. We went 83-79 and all that.
We kept school, but we went for it.
No, bro. Here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna go 3-2 if they have to. No, they'll be. What will they be? They will be 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Last game, they'll be up 4 runs. So you say, okay, we're gonna do the Sean Belizean 4-2,
Yeah.
and then bullpen will happen,
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
and they'll
wonderful?
finish 3-3.
Wouldn't that, Terry? If I had a dime, the amount of times somebody said, "What do you think's going to happen with Scooble?" I'd be a rich man. You and I'd be sitting on a beach someplace, sucking some fruity drink. Okay, this is going to come down to this week. I mean, it is. I mean, you've got 3 against the Orioles. Then you go on the left coast trip, and you got the A's, who look to be in a full free fall. Okay, and I know what people are thinking. Okay. Well, if we go 4-2, well, that's all the stuff we said before this past weekend. Remember, It was imperative for them to go 5-2. All right, in order to do 5-2, they're going to have to sweep the Orioles now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way it is. But it's going to be the same thing. And now you're even seeing some of the national guys pick up on this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's going to come right down to the very end with the Tigers. Terry, I couldn't agree. They're going to go 3-3, stuck firmly in purgatory, no man's land, whatever you call it. And Scott's going to go, well, we're still in it, so we're going to keep Scooble, and we'll just take the
Right.
comp pick at the end of the pick.
Hey, I hope that compensatory pick is a stud.
Yeah, that conversation is already sailed to me. Like, he's gonna keep Scoble. Like, it's I can see it, and then God forbid they try to actually buy, because you do hear rumblings that they want a reliever, some kind of backhand reliever. Which, yeah, I know, right?
How's that worked out?
I know, right?
Well, that comes back. Listen, I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. Scott's been tremendous as a talent evaluator. He
I know.
has. I like, seriously.
No jokes. Like,
He's a scout. He's a glorified scout.
his young guys appear
All right.
to be working.
I'm gonna bring up a bad name.
All right.
Don't hit me. You know who Drew Summers reminds me of? Jeremy Bonderman.
A little bit. I can see it.
He looks a little bit country. He has his moments, but when you really need him, he's not there. Jeremy Bonderman. And he looks like him a little bit.
Do you
couldn't
remember
stand
how
Jeremy Bonderman.
good he was in 06 and then, like, the bottom
He
fell out?
fell out.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody talked about mental midget and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and it just never. He had the great outing against the Yankees in the elimination game, but he just always left you wanting more. T.
I know. Couldn't he not read or something like that?
Oh, wait, what?
Wait,
we
couldn't
can't
read.
we can't just be putting that on him, Terry.
It
Damn.
was something like that.
He could read.
Can we fact check that?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, fact check that
No,
because
somebody fact
Somebody
check
get
that.
AI
yeah,
on
I
that.
think somebody asked him, do you read the papers? And he's like, well, I can't read.
Hey, Mister, can you read?
He shouldn't be putting that out there like that.
Oh, I don't
do
read
that.
well.
No way, bro.
I don't read well.
Oh no, I don't read good.
Don't read good.
Not even proper English. Come on.
He was probably trolling, man. That was a troll
It
for
was
like
something
back
like
then.
that.
That was a troll.
And
back
it's
then.
like, listen, young Joey brought up a name
read.
that we used to pound on. I mean, take a look at the guys that Scott's gone out and grabbed, okay?
Nuts.
Kenta Maeda,
Oh,
Jack
who's who?
Flaherty the first roll,
Yeah.
okay? Jack Flaherty the second roll.
Tommy Canley.
Tommy Kent. Listen, as much as we all, and I'll call myself out, I really liked the Framber signing. I did. I openly
I
admit
did,
it.
too.
I confess. I openly confess.
Now though,
Okay, now, especially KG, when you look at, he's being paid, Terry, $37.5 million next year. That's his contract. That's not a made up thing. He's being paid $37.5 million. And day one when that happened, we said, well, that's the sign that they're not going to sign Scooble. If you're going to backload a contract like that when you're remember they were trying 19.
yep. Higher
When-
AAV, by the way.
Exactly.
Yep. Highest contract for a left-hander.
That's the sign you need. They're not going to re-sign Scooble. There's the sign. If you don't want to pay attention to it, that's on you. And I'll go back to the trade deadline last year. All right? Finnegan, the Sheriff, and Chaz.
Those were the headliners. He brought in about 6 guys. Only one of them made the playoff roster.
Listen, nothing worked. Like, legitimately. Finnegan was okay until he wasn't.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect sense.
Terry, this is why I sit back and go, well, okay, why should I have some faith right now?
You shouldn't.
Okay, good.
There's a lot of people that do, though.
But once again, if 6-22 doesn't happen, they're in pretty good shape only because the American League is so pathetic.
Yeah, I keep hearing that too.
Because normally you would have like 4 or 5 teams like playing 580 or 590 baseball, and you couldn't touch them, but you can touch the entire American League because they're so bad.
Usually 87 is the number to get you in. Historically, that has kind of been the number. 87 and 75, even in the expanded playoff, okay? But to Terry's point, because this year it is so bad, and it's not, other than the Boston Red Sox, who's gone out there and said, no, we're taking this? Nobody.
Nobody.
Like, look at the whole group. It's literal insanity. So that's why I keep maybe 84 gets you in. I don't think so. I would think 85 is better.
Yeah.
And you have to go 34 and 22 the rest of the way. Keep playing 600-plus baseball. And, Terry, I couldn't agree with you more. We've said it once. We've said it 1,000 times. You cannot dig yourself in a 16 games under 500 hole. You can't.
No, you can't. And what happens is the perception of no matter what the Tigers do from this point forward, the perception is they're playing bad baseball. When in actuality, they've played pretty good baseball. Not great, not very good, but pretty good baseball where if 6-22 doesn't happen, I think the talks that we're having about them is a little bit different. It says, well, it's not that bad. They're a good ball club, and all they have to do is this. Now, because of 6-22, no matter what they do, we dog them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've won 8 out of 10 games, and we still like, man, this is a shitty team.
Yeah.
Because we know what's under the surface. They lived off of a month in which they hit a record amount of home runs. The fact that, since June 1st, they had hit like over 75 home runs since June 1st. We know that they are a team that's not capable of sustainable power. They don't have real heavy hitters in their lineup. So we knew that if they're not hitting home runs, your runners in scoring position number, then that creeps up again, and it hasn't been good in the last 2 years, in the last 2 seasons. So, it's always something with this Tigers team, and that's just kind of why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling, man. But I don't know, but you're at the point now where you don't have time to try to see if the team's going to resuscitate. You need to start thinking about the future.
All right, critical question for all of you fellers out there. You know what today is? It's National Chicken Wing Day, but it's also, it was announced that Detroit is the most stressed city in the nation.
Huh.
Really?
I know I'm stressed a little bit.
And I think maybe it all has to
Probably
do with the
guessed
Detroit Tigers.
I think the psychological warfare that the franchises in this town have done to us, I think there's more validity to that than anything.
But look at our stress points here. You got Tarek Skubal, you got the Tigers, you got the Lions with no secondary.
All right.
More on that.
You got the Pistons who were good and then they weren't, and now it seems like they improved themselves, but not enough to compete with the other teams in the East. So there's a lot of stress that's going on here in Detroit sports-wise.
The Red Wings are so far away.
I forgot about.
And you know what?
Oh my God.
I think even the most diehard fans are starting to realize that now.
Stevie Y got fired. If that's not the wake-up call, I don't know what it is.
Like
you know what? I don't think that's necessarily true, because he may have been, but I've been told all along until Dylan Larkin happened that there was no appetite to fire Steve Yzerman, that Steve Yzerman would walk away. And so I'm not quite sure if he walked away or he got fired.
He didn't walk away. We know.
No, but he was frustrated. I hear people say, oh, man, maybe they might promote Chris Draper. I heard that was one of his frustrations.
Yeah.
Chris Draper may not be.
That's why I keep saying, if it comes in-house, it'll be Sean Horkoff. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah. If it's an in-house choice, I'm convinced it's Sean Horkoff. I really am.
Yeah, it won't be Drapes.
I don't think it will be.
No,
I don't think it. And I've said it on this show. If it's in house, it's Sean. I think it's Sean Horkoff. But we'll see. And Terry, to that point, I couldn't agree with you more. How many times did we say it on the show, KG? Like, I do not believe for a second that they were going to say, Steve, move upstairs before Dylan Larkin happened.
No, of course not.
I didn't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
That was out there in the springtime, if you remember. I think one of the national guys, and I said, with all due respect to somebody who I really respect, okay, they're not going to do that here.
Right.
Steve leaves when Steve wants to leave.
right.
And this was not when
thought.
Steve wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And nobody can tell me otherwise.
I mean, the man conducted the draft. Like, clearly something went wrong in between that period. But
Embarrassment.
you look at it, and it's just a shitty situation all around because you're not probably going to get the best package for Dylan Larkin at this point. And you're wondering what the hell is the direction of the Red Wings. Do they rebuild? Do they retool? Like, what the hell is going on here? But we're saying that about a couple of our franchises. You know, what the hell is going on here? So
more on that. We'll get into some Lions stuff, and the one of the great fears just came true. One of the great fears just came true. And I do want to pay homage to the chicken wing.
oh yeah, I didn't know it was National Chicken Wing Day. Terry with the facts.
I'm cooking today, bro.
Okay.
You know what? I wish I knew that ahead of time because I would have done a little prep this morning before
Right.
I rolled in. Now I'm going to go
chicken
home and do a
wings,
little
man.
prep before I roll in. Where are we going, KG? JB, we got any super chats we got to take care of?
We do got some super chats to take care of. Shout out to everyone sending them in. $2 for Tev Sauce. Once again, never change Tev Sauce. Shout out to you. Was it day 36?
You damn right.
Spin rate Scotty is a less than GM.
Thank you, Tev.
God bless you, man. 36 days of fighting the fight. God bless you.
God bless Tev Sauce and God bless America.
What else we got here? $20 shout out from NATO 55.
Shout out.
He says Lions 26 equals Rams 2000 Golf equals Warner. Gibbs equals Falk. St. Brown, Tesla, Williams equal Holt, Bruce, and Hakim. Laporta over Conwell. If our line can be 50% better than last year, this will be the greatest show on turf 2.0. Defense, we shall see.
I'm not mad at that take. I'm not.
Azakim's a playmaker. Remember that, Terry?
Yeah,
That's
Isaac
it.
I
King.
sure do.
Throwback. Isaac
Matt
King.
Millen. Azakim's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Well, I got a better one from Matt Millen.
Billy?
Quote. Yeah. That Martin Mayhew.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He told me that on the field at Ford Field. I'm like, don't make this dude the next GM. Matt Millen saying he's a stud.
Yeah. I mean, he was good for a minute. For a hot minute. 2014.
The
2014 was nice. Did it fell apart.
you can't, like, for me, and Terry, I know you know the Ndamukong Suh thing. You like that. You're done at that point. In
Yeah.
time. Like you're done. That's it. Like you are so convinced he's coming back. That KG, I can't. There was no plan B.
That's insane.
They sat in the office on Sunday morning after he left at a table and went, okay, so what's next? Who's next? Like,
it was Haloti Ngata.
You know what? I should have been at the table
Watch
because
Haloti Ngata.
for like
Yeah.
a half an hour or an
That's what
hour,
they were
I was in the Sioux squad because I was hearing all the stuff. There was no way he was coming back. None.
wasn't happening. What he convinced, like literally, you correct me if I'm wrong, Terry. He convinced himself, and he was in a room of one, that Ndamukong Suh was coming back, and nobody else thought that.
Wow.
Nobody, and Terry probably knows the Sioux side much better than I do.
All you had to do was talk to his sister.
Yeah.
You know he wasn't coming back. Now, years later, he's saying, I wanted to come back. That's bullshit.
Maybe that's why Maybe that's why he blocked me because
Oh.
I said that you weren't coming back. Everybody knew it.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. All right, what else, JB?
We got one more before we head to break. Shout out Detroit DC sending us $2. He said, day question mark. Maz greater than that
Day
Booker
question
guy
mark.
from Crotch Time.
That's funny as
T-Falls.
hell. Day question mark.
He doesn't even know what day it is.
Don't
That's
even know what
great,
day it is
DC.
anymore.
All right, where do you guys want to go?
Let's hear from Yaldo and then Amnesia.
All right, I could talk to you all about Yaldo, the legendary Yaldo Eye Center. They've been in business for over 30 years. They've done over 100,000 procedures. If that doesn't tell you they're doing something right, I don't know what to tell you. Their LASIK surgery is painless, takes just 8 minutes, and the recovery is so fast that most cats are seeing 20/20 the very next day. They got a great promotion going on this summer. Think of it as an investment. Just $16.99 per eye. So what happens $16.99 per eye? Well, think of all the money that you're spending on eye care and going to the optometrist, all of that stuff, man. You'll get it taken care of. And did I mention it's painless and only takes 8 minutes? Wake up with clear vision. Book your consultation with Yaldo Eye Center today at yaldoeyecenter.com/1699.
And Amnesia.
And let me tell the people about Amnesia and their newest product that they are promoting. It is the Switch. And you can flip the Switch with a 2-gram dual chamber disposable that features liquid diamonds. With 2 chambers and 2 different flavor profiles, you can enjoy the left, you can enjoy the right, or smash them together and get high at the same damn time. Who don't want that, man? But discover your new favorite with the Switch by Amnesia.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you know, you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you know, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, you know, it all starts with the kids.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around. For more Detroit Tigers coverage, make sure you subscribe to Woodward Tigers on YouTube. All Tigers, all the time. For the hardcore Detroit sports fans who can't get enough of the Motor City's teams. All season long, you'll get non-stop Tigers content from on-field interviews, post-game reactions, and roundtable insight from Woodward Sports.
Guess what, folks? Planet Fitness is all over the place. I can walk to my Planet Fitness. That's how close it is. And then if I don't want to go to that one, I can drive 5 minutes to another. There's 60 locations throughout metropolitan Detroit, so they're probably near you. Teens 14 through 19 can work out in the Planet Fitness for free all summer long. Guess who did that when he was between 14 and 19? Little B. He did that whole thing, and he was in tip-top condition. The Planet Fitness High School Summer Pass is back and alive until August 31st for when the kiddies start going back to school. Register online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness is always making improvements and has totally remodeled the Shelby Plaza location on 23 Mile Road in Shelby Township and Chesterfield as well. And I'm sure somebody lives near that one too. So go to Planet Fitness, getting tip-top condition. The only thing that's different is their equipment is purple, and that's okay. PlanetFitness.com.
I like it. Yeah, nothing wrong with purple.
All right,
equipment.
welcome back in. Not that you need me to tell you this, but I like to say it because it makes me feel better. We get to watch exhibition NFL football 10 days from now. We get to watch the Lions 17.
You get in trouble, bro.
What's that?
You can't call it exhibition. It's preseason
Preseason,
football.
sorry.
Yeah, they would get pissed when you used to call it exhibition.
Preseason football.
It's exhibition, though.
It is exhibition football. Terry, we had the super chat earlier, okay? And I'm not saying you're wrong because this offense really, really has the potential of being special. Now, greatest show on turf stuff, we'll have to wait and see. How much better is this offensive line? I think it's better. I do. But it's going to have to manifest itself. And Terry, as far as I'm concerned, this offense better be all that because this defense that we were already worried about over the weekend, we got a reminder of where we're at, okay? The entire, and you, Broder, and I talked about this months ago. The entire defensive backfield has a question mark, okay? And that question mark just became illuminated with the whole Kirby on the pup thing. And I'm terrified about Kirby's future, for the record. I'm terrified. I don't, quite frankly, I don't think enough people are saying enough about that.
Oh, it's huge. And I'll tell you why it's huge. Because we always bitch about the Lions' defense not being able to stop anybody. That's the NFL. Mm-hmm. Nobody can stop anybody else. But what you have to do is you have to take the ball away. And when Kirby Joseph is gone, the Lions don't have the ability to take the ball away. Not only can they not stop you, but they cannot create turnovers. And that's the key right there. Kirby Joseph never got credit for this, but he's a guy that would lure you into mistakes. He'd be looking over here, and then you go over here, and Kirby was right there. He lured you into mistakes. So without that ability, I think it's going to be a long season for the Detroit Lions.
Oh. Have you heard anything?
Who's going to take the ball away?
Legion of
Strip
Hope.
sack. How's that?
Okay,
Strip
well,
sack.
I tell you what. And I know Aiden Hutchinson had his 14.5 sacks last year, but he got the sacks after like 5 or 6 seconds. You need quicker sacks.
Gosh, couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. We there's just a different I think in today's NFL, Terry, you get after the quarterback. It really is as simple as what Tony Dungy said it was like 17 years ago. Get after their quarterback, and your quarterback gets after their team. That's the NFL today.
Bang.
And we have not been consistently good at getting at the quarterback. It hasn't happened.
Right. And then last year, your quarterback was harassed. I know we have the Jared Goff debate every year, but Jared Goff is a good quarterback. The problem was, as soon as he stepped back, that pocket collapsed last year, and he was under harassment within a second. And before he said, well, if he was mobile, yes. If he was mobile, maybe it would help a little bit. But you know who else is like that too? Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. He's had problems with this offensive line. And guess what happens when that offensive line breaks down? Patrick Mahomes looks normal. Patrick Mahomes looks like just some other dude. He runs for his life too. So the offensive line, critical.
Have you heard anything about Kirby? Because right now, Terry, it is listen, it point blank, this is pure speculation, okay? Point blank, it's pure speculation. I don't know about this, but I do know about nerve damage to a knee, all right? And when there's nerve damage to a knee, this isn't like, Terry, we grew up in an era, Billy Sims blows out his knee, that's the end of his career.
Right.
That's it. Even Tony Dorsett. People forget Tony Dorsett. He went to Denver, he blew out his knee, end of his career, okay? We live in an era now where they can go and clean your knee, okay? 7, 8, 9 months later, okay, man, I'm back, all right? This isn't that type of injury. This is one of those, how much can you take? How much pain tolerance is there and everything? Have you heard anything about this? Because All I'm doing is speculating, but if that's the case, then we should all be a shitload worried.
Yeah, you should be. Kirby Joseph might be dead. But, there is something weird going on with him. Now, when he was injured, he went into the tent, and then he came out and could barely move. And then 5 minutes later, he was like Superman. And then 3 minutes after that, he couldn't move again. So something weird is going on. But, this, it could be the end of his career from this standpoint. He will play again, but we will bitch about why are they putting Kirby Joseph out there. This guy looks awful. So there's just something weird, and I'm sure they've tried everything to try to get that knee back in shape, but he's one of the last guys you want to see the Lions lose simply because he could take that ball away.
Where are you at with this team? Because I really do think this offense is going to be outstanding. I think it's going to be explosive, okay? And am I taking a little bit of a leap of faith with a young guy on the offensive line? I am, but I believe in said young guy, especially with what's around him. Is this a simply we're going to have to outscore people every week type of scenario?
Yes, and I'm going to temper you from the word outstanding. I think the offense is going to be good. We might even call it very good. But Ben Johnson's not calling plays, and I'm thinking that Ben Johnson was special, that he played a major role in the way this offense looked, the way this offense was able to click, because, when he left, stuff started to go down. And I know injuries played a role, but there were other things that just didn't look good. When you look at this offense, the offensive line is going to be better, but how much better? We don't know. There's a lot of new pieces in there, and Penei Sewell, who I think is great, is moving to the left, and that's his natural position, but it's going to be an adjustment for him, too, to go back to his old position. I'm not worried about the offensive line. I think it's going to be good, but not as good as we think it's going to be. And the other thing, you got to think about this. Why did Amon-Ra St. Brown get the dropsies last year? Is this just a one-hit wonder? Is he going to be Mr. Dropsy again this year, or is he going to be a guy that goes to the jug machine, instead of taking 202 catches a day, goes up to 302 or 502 or something else? The weird thing about that whole thing is his dad is in his ear, and his dad tells him, you have to be better every year because the other teams are doing stuff to get better. But that didn't happen last year. So I'm worried about that. And if this offensive line is not great, what happens to the running game?
I hope St. Brown's better, because all I see on social media is him just playing golf around the freaking country, bro. He better. Hopefully he's working.
That's the stuff that people look at too. Like, I mean, how much of a factor is it? I don't know. I'm not gonna live your life, do what you need to do. But if that affects you on the field, that becomes a factor. I agree with you. Yeah. Legit. That Terry, how many times have we seen it? Well, maybe you should spend less time doing blank. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? That's total bullshit.
It comes though. You know it.
The fans think, because a guy did a commercial, he's not focused about football. He doesn't care about the team. Okay, when you live your everyday life, I don't care how good you are at your job, you don't think your job 24/7, 365. You don't perform your job 24/7, 365. You do other stuff. You go on vacation. You take care of the kids. You have sex with your wife. You do all kinds of shit, right?
You smoke some wings on wing day. Okay.
Smoke some wings and smoke some weed. Okay. But you're still good.
Yeah, right. You do what you got.
All the above.
Right.
It's you, but the reality is there are people that will say that shitstorm starts.
Right.
And that's the reality.
And because Dan Campbell took one day to go to a restaurant in Howell, then he's not as good of a coach for one day. Actually, it was like for 5 or 6 hours. That messed up his whole season. Right?
What are you doing? You don't care.
You're right.
Where's the edge? That stuff starts happening. It's just weird because, like, the last couple years I have been locked in, and I'm not going to deviate from it. I have been locked in Super Bowl or bust. And KG, I know you've been the same way. I'm locked in Super Bowl or bust. Terry, I pray I'm wrong. I look at this football team and I say to myself, I don't see the path to do that this year. I just don't. With some of the misgivings on this team, the shortcomings on this team, especially in the defensive backfield, I'm not going to deviate from it. Look, if we're in mid-October and this team's flailing, all right? Somebody said to me, well, you don't hammer on the Lions the way you hammer on the Tigers. Number one, that's bullshit because I flew the flag, I waved the white flag before anybody the last couple of years, okay? Number two, they haven't given me as much reason. Can we be honest? They really haven't. They haven't given me as much reason.
All right, once again, don't get mad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sean.
I don't think it's going to happen with this regime.
Oh, gosh.
There's this little bad guy.
Terry.
And we've lost Sean.
Terry. Oh, no.
Here's why. There's this little bad guy that sits on my left
Sean
shoulder
wants to go home.
who reminds me the Lions have been fuck-ups for 40 to 50 years. This is the first time they've been a real organization. And if you do something right for the first time, I don't think championships happen. Because the rest of the league has been doing the proper things to win championships or put themselves in position. All those teams don't win championships, even though they've been doing it right maybe 20 years or 30 years or something. Lions have been doing it right for 5 years for the first time in their history. I wish people could have been on the inside, going to the locker room, talking to people in the front office. You fans, if you got to do, and you know what, maybe this is something you don't want to do, but if you got to do that, you would have seen how fucked up this organization was. You would see how there was no way this organization was going to win a championship. Yeah, they make the playoffs, and I always go back to this. They had Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders for a combined 19 years, won one playoff game. Think about that. Barry Sanders might be the best running back in history. Calvin Johnson, top 5 receiver in history.
People will never understand. I couldn't. You see and hear things that you can't unsee and unhear. Like that. This is not how a franchise should be run. Unbelievable thing. Terry, I did confess this. We had a Do You Confess a couple months ago, and I said to Neil and KG, and I do not like saying this, okay? But how can somebody my age, your age, Neil's age, who lived through that era not sit back and go, are we going through the early 90s again? How could somebody not wonder that aloud right now? And here's what I mean by that. In year one, we made this wild run that finished in 12-4 and winning the division and beating the literal crap out of the Dallas Cowboys. Literal crap, 38-6 at a home game at I almost said Ford Field, at the Silverdome. Complete with, John, I think we're looking at the two teams of the 90s, the famous Pat Summerall quote, right. Okay? And the Cowboys went and won 3 Super Bowls and we didn't get dick, all right? You go from that to losing in the NFC Championship to don't worry, we'll be back next year, okay? We have too much young talent. To going 5-11, to coming back in 93 and winning the division and then promptly losing to the Packers, who you just beat 6 days earlier at the same spot, and never winning a playoff game. Yeah, I'd be lying through my teeth if I didn't say that that's in the back of my head. I would. I'd be lying through my teeth. Maybe I am giving this franchise a little too much credit, but I do that because of I know what that other, maybe not 91, but my first time down there was 95, and I know what a dysfunctional place that was for 30 years before that and 30 years after it.
Right. And when you smell the tea leaves, to your point, you have Kirby Joseph, you have Brian Branch. We may not see them this year. We have a secondary that's decimated.
I'm sorry.
The Lions secondary is in jail. or soon to be in jail, right? Yeah, but he got to go on trial though. So if you got to face trial, even if you walking up and down the streets in Royal Oak, I consider you in jail because you're gonna be there at some point.
You got one of those things on your ankle?
Yeah, you in jail.
You're in jail.
Yeah.
Seriously, you got a tether on? Yeah, you're in jail.
Sean, can I get a good laugh? Can we see can we see the Jordan Love on Thanksgiving from you? Yeah.
He looked just like him. I love it.
I know.
But
Wait a minute. Wait.
All day.
All right.
All day back there, baby.
All right, I'm gonna make Sean really nervous.
All right.
You talked about could this be a reincarnation of the old lines we used to see? Okay, the old lines did have some bad luck. I mean, you have an offensive lineman mowing his lawn and gets hit by a truck. All right, now you have a cornerback who decides to get his boys together, kick somebody's ass, and now he's on trial. You got all this modern technology for knees and ankles and stuff. Now you have a safety who is pretty damn good at his job who may not ever be what he was before at a young age. So, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
I can't think of starting over again, Terry. I'm not being funny. At this point, I mean, if this regime doesn't work, okay? If we're having this conversation 2 years from now, yes, we have to. I can't, Terry. I can't think of that. Can you imagine, like, for the Lion fans out there, okay, starting over again? Seriously, think about it.
My God.
Starting over again. That might be it. I might just grab the bottle and have a day. That's it. I'm just drinking all day.
You got a better shot of recovery because Sheila Ford is, or Sheila Hamp, whatever she is, has got it on the ball a lot better than her dad. So you don't have to have Mr. Fold, or as Wayne Fox, Mr. Fold as your owner, right? She's got it on the ball, and she's not going to take crap. And then Junior's out the way. I mean, I love the guy, but damn, he brought in Matt Millen.
And isn't it kind of funny? He's the guy that pushed for it, and then he's the guy that finally gave the most needed push, Terry.
Because if he didn't, he'd still be here.
Yeah, literally. That's the worst part. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Lions. Tis the season, man. It is. Everybody's got that Lions fever. Somebody hit me up yesterday morning. It was weird. Yesterday turned into a humid day, but if you're one of those people that wake up early, and when you do the morning show, you just wake up early now, man. I literally, guys like young Joey, I envy him because I'm sure on a Saturday morning he can probably still roll to 11 a.m. with sleep, right? I can't do it. Like 7, 8,
really.
With the morning, I'm up. The most I'm going to sleep in is like 7:30. That's it.
I'm like 9:30.
Okay. See, I still envy you.
And I have to do a shameless plug.
I can't do the 11
before we're done today.
Oh, I love shameless plugs.
Right.
But literally yesterday morning, I got up, I took the old man walk, and people were going, "Yeah, that smells like football." It's like, you're damn right it does. It's almost here. All right, where are we going, JB?
We got to hear from Water Hazard, and then I will tell them about Gold Crown. But first, let me clear up this super chat. Shout out to everyone sending in super chats. We got $4.99 from Zach Soap sending us. He said, "I know what the Tigers and Red Wings problem is. It's that damn Sasquatch." What? I don't get that.
There's a common denominator. I'll say that. I'll just leave it at that. There is a common denominator. Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. Uncle T, let's hear from Water Hazard, and then I'll tell him about Gold Crown.
All right, T, you got Water Hazard?
Let me look.
Yeah.
You should.
Let me see. Supreme Monday. Nope. Yes, I do. How about that? Water Hazard is the very first canned vodka from Founders. Oh, I thought this was something else. I thought this was to try to help your basement. No. Water Hazard is the very first canned vodka from Founders. It's vodka-based cocktail of 5% ABV that's citrusy, refreshing, and gluten-free. Best served over ice with a slice of lemon, preferably, but it it can go along with a little lime too. Get $5 cans at any Art and Jake's location in Michigan on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And what day is the day? Last time I checked, it was Monday. So go there today. Get yourself a $5 water hazard. And I had one. I had a blue one. It was really good. Please drink responsibly, though, because water hazards can make stuff hazard like all alcohol. So be careful out there.
That is very true. And hey, you might need some water hazard after you're done with your basement, or you might need some Gold Crown as well too, because they just dropped the Royal Jesters, and these aren't your average pre-rolls. We're talking about 1.5 grams each. They are quad infused, keef coated, live rosin infused, THCA terps, THCA diamonds, and the terps as well. These aren't your hit it twice and pass it around pre-rolls. These are the, you know what? Putting down a bet. I'm doubling down. I'm taking Maz's advice. The Tigers will make the wild card. Pre-rolls. Michigan made top tier, no shortcuts. Next time you hit the dispo, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters, because if you're going to smoke like royalty.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Hello, everybody. Are you looking for a change in your career? Check out Mortgage Pros, the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the state of Michigan. We saw their incredible company culture firsthand at their annual block party. Their team truly loves what they do, and it shows. And why don't you get involved? Go there, party, make a couple bucks, sell some houses, sell some mortgages. With 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews, their reputation speaks for itself. So if you're looking for a new job, give Mortgage Pros in Troy a call. And plus, you get to live in Troy. That's not all bad. Call Mortgage Pros at 248-416-1361. Get a new career, make some money, and have fun with Mortgage Pros. Let the pros handle it. You be the pro.
All right, I know you said you had a shameless plug coming up. All right. I'm gonna give you a plug. All right.
Okay.
The writing stuff that you're doing, if people haven't checked it out, is outstanding.
And that's what I was going to shame because I am.
Was it really?
It
Damn
was.
it.
Hey.
I am. I gave myself a title.
Okay.
Here, I am the minister of words.
Yes.
Here.
Of all words, by the way.
At more. So what we're doing is I'm getting people to write little things and not long because I had a meeting with Joey and Stick and I said, young people don't read long stories. So I give out assignments, 100 words or less. Tell me what's on your mind. So I want those guys to
Like
do
a
that.
tool.
Although I do want one of our writers to go out to Lions training camp, sit down with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and we need a story on what has he done to eliminate the dropsies.
Okay.
And I have I'm also doing like little polls, and I'm polling our people here. And I'm going to tell you what our next one is going to be. Who is Detroit's all-time best athletes? The top 5 all-time best athletes of all time. And so I've been polling our young people here, and KG and JB and AB or whoever else we got in here. I would like your top 5 Detroit athletes, and I'm going to write a little story probably today or tomorrow.
Okay.
And put it up there. Get a little. I like polls. And
I
people like
love
lists.
I love this because it created like a lot.
And you
got
to vote too.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I sent mine in yesterday. I'll
Okay.
go over it in a second if you want. I like this for 2 reasons. Number one, it created a lot of like chatter and good reads yesterday, looking at other people's lists, especially during the Tiger game, where I needed a distraction. Like
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
legitimately needed a distraction. And you know what I love that they did, because I've always felt, Terry, I know I'm kind of a geek and like I know history of sports and stuff like that. The one hard and fast rule for me, I don't like to talk about guys I didn't see. I would love to pontificate about Gordie Howe, for example. I know a lot of what there is to know about Gordie Howe. The Gordie Howe that I saw and barely remember was playing for the Hartford Whalers, okay? That's the Gordie. Say Bobby Orr. I never saw Bobby Orr, okay? Like way images of his short time with the Blackhawks. I can't talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about Ty Cobb. I'm not going to wax poetically about Al Kaline. These are guys I didn't see. So I like to stick with guys that I've seen, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
mindset?
and a lot of the people have sent in their lists and said they only included guys that they saw. So it's going to skew younger, which means that Joe Louis probably won't win this thing.
No.
Nah, unfortunately.
Al Kaline probably won't win this thing.
No.
But from what I've looked at, it looks like Miguel Cabrera's up there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think a lot of people, everybody didn't see Isaiah play, but he's still up there.
You damn right he is. That's Zeke.
I had him on my list.
That's Zeke, man.
He's the toughest little man ever. I'll hear no argument.
Greatest
Like
Piston
seriously.
ever.
Now, how many people here did not see Yzerman play?
I saw Eisenman play.
Because Yzerman, to me, had 2 careers. One where he was a swashbuckling scorer, and then Scotty Bowman happened. Then he became more of a defensive guy. He was still scoring at a pretty good clip, but he wasn't like going up and down the ice with his hair on fire.
Yeah.
He was more subdued.
Multiple Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe
Right.
Trophy. I had to include him on my list. And Terry, I mean, he was done 20 years ago. Like, seriously. So there are a lot of people that never got a chance. You heard the stories of Steve Yzerman, but you never got a chance. T, for what it's worth, I had Barry at number 1. I don't know. When somebody is considered, not here in Detroit, but everywhere, when somebody's name is in the conversation of GOAT, I think that takes precedence.
Well, everyone except his dad.
Yeah.
Right.
And my dad. My dad would say, "You never saw Jim Brown. You are
Right.
so dumb."
Right.
Dad, he's the best I've ever seen, but you never saw Jim Brown. Dad, I said the best I've ever seen. Jim Brown was better.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. So my dad and his dad were cut from
Let me say this. Jim Brown, great running back, but he was outbeating 35-year-old white guys running 5.2 40s.
Yeah. It's like the Wilt argument. Almost.
So it was a different era back then. And the other great running back then that I knew was Elijah Pitts, who's not even probably in the top 100 running backs of all time. I still have to say Barry was better.
My old man also loved Gale Sayers. He told me
Gale Sayers.
Gale Sayers was Barry Sanders before Gale Sayers. I have no recollection of that. I only know of Gale Sayers.
They had similar styles.
Yeah, that's what my old man used to tell me. Hey, this guy just copycats Gale Sayers. Okay, Dad.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds great.
He
Yeah,
did it better.
I'm going to be just like Gale Sayers, except I'll try to stay healthy, and
Right.
everything.
I will say this about Barry Sanders. You can argue if he was the greatest athlete in Detroit history. I will say this. He was the most innovative because he would do stuff instinctually that you're like, damn, I didn't even think about doing that, but he just did and got away with it.
It was really weird, too, Terry, because you know this. I tell people this all the time. We're a Detroit Lions town. Everybody knows it. Make no mistake. Let there be no debate. The Detroit Lions are king in this town, okay? There was a time, KG, where people stopped going. Like 88, I always call it the fan revolt. People stopped going.
Wow.
They did. If you look at the attendance that year, it was brutal. They were terrible. And then Barry Sanders came to town. And Barry Sanders gave you a reason to be at the Silverdome every single week.
Yeah.
And people Terry, they were still bad that year.
But you know what we heard?
He was electrifying.
The only reason I'm in this damn building is because of Barry Sanders. That's it.
Yep.
I don't want to see the rest of these clowns play.
Yep, there's something to be said for. I had Nick Lidstrom number 2, and I used the same criteria. When guys that I know in the National Hockey League say he's the best defenseman of his generation, he's the best that I've seen, I put more into that than what I hear around here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If some cat in Winnipeg is going, nah, Nick was the best I've ever seen. That says more to me than our slapdick opinion around here. And a lot of people feel that way about Nick. He was the best defenseman of his generation.
Yeah, let me make a confession about Nick Lidstrom. I almost did it. I almost said Lindstrom, which is everybody does, but Lidstrom. I had a debate with myself. What does this dude really do? I know when he's out there, they don't score, but really, I mean, he was very understated. So there was a couple games I said, I'm going to only look at Nick Lidstrom. I was at the games and stuff. And then you saw the little subtle things he does with the stick and how he deflects things. And he doesn't blast people. He eases them off the puck. He eases somebody out of the way, gets the puck in front of the net and clears it. Just stuff that is not spectacular. You don't go, oh, my God, look what he just did. It's like, okay, this is what Nick does.
Terry, I don't know if I ever told you this. Literally, when I was calling the junior hockey, you'd always have the scouts in the building. And I asked, 25 different scouts that question, what makes Nick Lidstrom so great? And every single one of them said some variation of intelligence, brain, IQ, hockey sense, etc., etc. Scouts, professional scouts. And one guy went as far as to say, I loved watching. Do you remember Greg Maddux?
Yeah.
I loved watching Greg Maddux because it was for the. You don't know how he did it. He wasn't rearing back and throwing 103 at you. Okay, there wasn't some back-breaking curveball that came. He just outthought you. He picked corners. He did all these things where you were like, absolutely. Somebody said it's almost like Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux. And I was like, that's a great, because there wasn't a wow factor. He just did it.
Yeah.
No, but let me say this. If you had a highlight tape of Nick Lidstrom, it would be very entertaining. He's not an entertaining player, but if you focus just on him and all the little subtle stuff that he did, you would go, hey, I'm having a good time watching this.
Yeah. I don't know how you can include Miggy, just one man's opinion. I don't, that would, to me, that was my top 4 were the non-negotiables, just for me personally. Right. Miggy, and then Isaiah. People don't know. They don't, literally. That's why I love Let It Be Known when Isaiah goes with the Let It Be Known rants. Terry, you had a front row seat for that. People just don't know what Isaiah was.
No, they don't. And one of the questions I get from the younger people is, well, how come, if he was so good, how come you didn't average 25 points a game? I'll tell you why he didn't. Will Robinson. Will Robinson was this old Hall of Fame coach, and he was in Isaiah's ear. And when Isaiah started scoring a bunch of points and they started losing and stuff, he said, Champ, because he called everybody Champ because he couldn't remember their names. He couldn't even remember Isaiah's name, but he said, Champ, your job is not to look good. Your job is to make Bill Laimbeer look good.
Yep.
It's to make Joe Dumars look good, to make Adrian Dantley / Mark Aguirre look good. So then Isaiah would cut down on his scoring and stuff. And I remember having a conversation with him. He said, I'm really confused about, I know I can score on these clowns anytime I want, but I'm told you got to hold it back. You got to, set people up. And so he had some internal combustions with himself about when he could, he should score, when he should pass, when he should defend. Because you remember his very first game as a rookie, he scored 32 points, and then he was a scorer, and then so we were like, oh yeah, look at this dude, he's really good. But then Will Robinson got in his head and said, you can do that, but you're not going to win. You're not going to win with these guys. You got to make things easier for John Sally, because John Sally was not an offensive person. Probably Joe Dumars didn't need as much help as other guys, but it was good that he would set him up.
Yeah, facilitator.
When Vinnie Johnson did the 007 shot against Portland to win that series, he got the pass from Isaiah Thomas, who gave it to Vinny and then just got the hell out the way because he didn't want the ball again. He said, dude, this is your game. I know you're going to make it. I'm out of here. So, but, that goes back to his nemesis, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a scorer. Michael Jordan would score bust 30 on you all the time, but Michael Jordan had to figure out, how do I get Horace Grant involved? How do I get Scottie Pippen involved? And so a lot of times in the NBA, it's not just about you scoring 50 points. And I go back against Orlando. When Cade scored his 50 points, he almost lost that game.
Yeah.
So you got to get teammates involved.
The fifth one for me was really hard. Literally, Calvin, JV, and Steve Eiserman.
That's tough.
And do you know what my mitigating factor was? Steve Eiserman was clutch. Steve Eiserman won a Conn Smythe. Steve Eiserman won 3 Stanley Cups. And that's why I put Steve Eiserman there. And I feel badly not including JV because, MVP, Cy Youngs,
he didn't win
right?
anything, no.
And how do you I feel awful about Calvin.
Yeah.
I really do.
Same way about Mickey, he didn't win.
Phenomenal. But that was my mitigating factor, T. That's why I put Steve Eiserman at 5.
Yeah, what's going to hurt Eiserman and Alan Trammell? What they did as managers / coaches.
Yeah.
That don't play into the athlete.
It does. I'm telling you, it's going to play into it.
Do you think people have forgotten about Alan Trammell's tenure as manager? Do you think people have forgotten that? That poor guy.
People don't even talk about
that guy. Didn't have a prayer here.
Yeah.
That's why I hated the day he was hired. I'm not joking. I hated it because you knew how it was going to end.
Yeah.
We had so little talent after the Randy Smith era.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, again, you guys, for some of you that get mad at me about prospects, please consider what I grew up with, okay? I grew up with Randy Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up with Al Avila, so you're going to have to excuse me a little bit when I don't jump on the train of oh, my gosh, this guy can't miss. T, there was nothing in the system when that man took over.
No, absolutely not. Now, and he lost the locker room. That's a part two. Now, to your point, no, people don't talk about him as manager, but when you start to whittle people down to decide who's the best and everything, I think that creeps into people's minds when they're debating him, and to a certain extent Joe Dumars too. I don't think Joe Dumars is thought as highly in this town as he should be, because of his tenure as general manager, which, by the way,
I
they
agree
did
with
make
that.
6 straight Eastern Conference Finals, and they won a championship.
I agree. I don't think enough time has passed yet. I really don't.
Really?
I don't.
I feel like the general conception is people do kind of realize like what he did as a GM as opposed to the exit. But for years though, it was like that. A lot of people just could not forgive the fact that you let the going to work Pistons last too long. The way you disbanded them was kind of janky, and you had one of the worst free agency periods in Detroit sports. Like, you just got to be real about it. With
And
Ben
his
Gordon and Charlie
insistence that Rodney Stuckey was the answer.
Yeah, that shit. It was bad. It was bad towards the end. It was. But I think the general conception is people kind of appreciate him a little bit more than they did before or after that, you know.
It was funny because, Terry, when you sent this, my kid and I were watching the game, and Joey, if you can think of this off the top of your head because you're the young guy here, I immediately looked at my son, you know, who basically remembers things from, say, 2006 on. Mm-hmm. And I asked him his 5, and it's just funny because it's the names you would expect, okay? Datsuk, Cade Cunningham, Calvin Johnson. I think he had JV and Miggy on there. To me, I always like to hear, like, what would the younger fans say? Like, who would be their top 5? Because if you're doing that, like I said to my kid, I go, no, I think you checked all the boxes, right? I think, when you're talking about young players, because for guys like us, Cade is a not yet. I'm telling you, right? For me, Cade is a not yet. Yeah. He is. Okay. I see it.
He'll get in there.
Yeah, I see it. I'm not debating whether it's real or not. Clearly, he needs more help around him, all that stuff. Okay, but I'm not ready to put him in that pantheon in any way, shape, or form.
No, not yet.
Now, it's going to skew younger, but if you want to know how young it's going to skew, WoodwardSports.com. Check it out tomorrow.
I love that.
All right.
I love that. That's a great Joey, jump in. If you were to name a top 5 Detroit guys, like right now. Right now? Yeah, right. Like just that you've seen in your life, okay? In your what, 19 years?
Yeah.
Okay, in your 19 years, who would be your top 5 best Detroit athletes?
This is just a me thing.
Yeah,
I've
Joey.
always loved, just because he is tough as nails, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
I think I've never seen a player in my 19 years like Jahmyr Gibbs. So I would say those two from the Lions right away.
Yep.
That's his Barry Sanders.
Yep. That's your Barry Sanders.
That's my Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Tigers-wise, I would probably lean – I was a big Max Scherzer guy when I was growing up. Hitting-wise, I would say – like I was maybe – like I saw Miggy, but like I didn't see Miggy.
You saw –
you ain't see Triple Crown.
Diminished return Miggy.
Yeah, pretty much. If I had to pick somebody, I
Fat
would
Elvis Miggy.
Fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Right.
I would say JD Martinez. That was one of my favorite guys for the Tigers. Pistons. God, there was nobody.
There's nothing.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, it's Cade Cunningham or nothing.
All right, let me fuck with you for a minute. What are your thoughts on Al Kaline?
I don't know nothing, man. I mean, I know he's like the best Tiger of all time, potentially.
Okay. What is your thought on Joe Louis?
Same thing. He's one of the best Red Wings to ever do it.
Right? No.
No? Maybe. No?
Joe Louis was a boxer.
Not Joe Louis Arena?
I know, but
yes, Joe Louis Arena was named after Joe Louis the boxer.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'll never forget the 1940 Stanley Cup when Max Schmeling was playing for the Rangers, and Joe Louis, it was his job to stop Max Schmeling. Do you remember that, Terry?
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Joe Louis was the only black player in the NFL then. NHL then.
Oh shit! You know that fist downtown, the Joe Louis fist? That's his fist. Yes.
Okay.
That's his?
Yes.
Yeah, it's his fist. And hey, let me give you some history, bro.
Mind blown.
Little Caesar didn't play hockey or basketball.
Hey, wait till I tell them why Cobo Hall was named.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maricopa was a motherfucker.
Do you remember
man.
when Mickey Mantle dropped a triple-double on the Big O?
Right.
That was unbelievable. It was
man.
fantastic.
Oh man.
Oh, Joey, you gave us.
Get the fuck out of here. That's an all-time Woodward moment right there.
Right.
Educating the youth. He didn't know who Joe Louis was.
No, but listen, no, Terry,
Rocky Mountain.
that states what we're talking about, though.
Right, absolutely.
I like Joey. Like, I mean, look up. I know you don't like history. Shout out to Young Washington, but look up Joe Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like
One of the best fighters ever
the
exist.
Max Schmeling thing.
But his highlights are going to be in black and white, and you may not enjoy that. I'm just letting you know right now. All his highlights are in black and white, so I'm just letting you know.
Think about this though, Joey. As you were talking, like if Joey remembers in essence the last 10 years, okay, the last 10 years.
Yes.
Who would you pick from the Detroit Red Wings? Think about. I'm not being funny.
In the last 10 years.
The last 10 years, because you'd want to say Dylan Larkin, but you'd stop and you'd go, I can't say Dylan Larkin, even if things weren't going well. Okay, you can't.
When did Datsuk retire?
15 was it?
Yeah,
15?
around 2015.
Okay, that's outside
was
the
it
10-year
15 or
thing.
16? I know it was around that era.
there,
yeah, you could fact check me, but it was 15 or 16. All right. Maybe you'd say Mo Sider with recency bias because he took his step last year. He did. He went from being a good player, let's see what happens, to, in my humble opinion, I think he's one of the best defensemen in the National Hockey League.
Do you
I
think
really
the younger generation would consider Larkin in that category?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, who is there? I mean,
Nobody
maybe-
from the Wings. There's nobody. Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
like Syria.
There's nobody
Just
from
like
the
there's nobody
Wings.
from the Pistons during the 2010s. Like,
Right.
really.
No, I think you have to go with Larkin. Do you go with Jabrika? He hasn't been here that long.
He hasn't been
Yeah,
here
he
that
hadn't
long.
been there.
So there is no Red Wing in the top 5 in the last 10 years.
No, or Piston. Unless you want to
Or
include
Piston.
Andre Drummond or
Right.
Reggie Jackson or somebody, I guess. But that's it.
It is
That's
funny
crazy.
when you
Two
think
dead
about it. When
franchises.
you think about it from like the young person's standpoint.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
you're going to hear names on there that we're all going to go, no, not enough time. Or like in Larkin's case, no, he's a good player. Now it's funny. Now nobody wants to argue with me about that. You know,
Yeah,
for the last
yeah.
couple of years, everybody and their brother wanted to argue with me about that, and now everybody's going, oh, overrated. I hate the guy.
So if I did a list of the top 5 Red Wings the last 10 years, it would just be a blank slate.
Pretty much.
Would be no one on there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Datsuk's last year here was 16.
16.
Yeah, 16.
So does he qualify?
Do you remember Pavel Datsuk, Joey? Yeah. No. Doesn't remember.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe should have named it Datsuk Arena.
I think he could be on the list, but yeah.
Yeah, he could.
He can make the list, absolutely. He could.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Magic Man. But
Oh, I could understand somebody a few years older than Joey putting him on their list. I could, like, if my son, like, yeah, 100%. I mean, you saw all the high, especially in the day and age of when all the social media shit started, how many Pavel Datsuk highlight packages were out there not that long ago. And you still see him pop up every now and again. I know admin here does, hey, just taking a moment to remember Pavel Datsuk. And then you get 2 minutes of Datsuki and things and stuff like that.
He was crazy.
So,
Yeah, he used to stick handle in the phone booth.
yeah. And Terry, for guys like us, like outstanding Hall of Fame player, Sergei Fedorov was better.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
Steve Yzerman was better. Of
course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nick Lidstrom was better. Like that's again not a slight, but they were better players. As good as that guy Hall of Fame career was, those guys were better.
Of course, yeah.
It was that eye popping shit though. So that's coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
That's a fun assignment. I can't wait to read that.
Bam.
I can't wait.
Okay,
To read that.
I'm gonna entertain you. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right, fingers crossed. No guarantees.
Right.
Can we, for a moment, just talk about the 1955 finals? Like, Joe Louis was right at the end of his career.
Joe Louis, man.
And it was that last great Habs-Wings battle in the Stanley Cup Finals. That was really the last great one. And remember, Joe, they wanted to bench him Game 7, and they were like, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to produce. And Joe scored that goal.
He did. Oh, man.
But here's the thing you're missing with Joe. Germany was going to win the Stanley Cup, until Joe came in and took over.
Yeah, Maz reported it. I read
Right.
the newspaper clipping.
Maz was there.
He hit Matt
Extra.
Schmeling so hard, like it knocked him out of Game 7. That's
Yeah,
what people don't know. That's a true story.
Educating the youth on Joe Louis is crazy, bro.
It was the
Oh,
Red
man.
Wings against Team Germany.
All right, listen. This is a good time to take a break. You can make sure you jump in the chat with your favorite Joe Louis moment. We'll definitely go over all those as well.
Right.
The block in the finals in 2004.
Hey, don't, right.
Joe Louis, man, it was amazing.
And we got to include how Hitler was rooting against him.
Yeah, right.
Do you know who Hitler is?
Yes. I think he knows who Hitler is.
Okay.
I'll never forget when
He
he
played
came
for
up.
the Quebec Nordiques.
Yeah. I'll never forget when he came up in '84 and Goose Gossage said, "I can get him."
Yeah, right.
And
Right.
Joe Louis is like, he just looked at Sparky, and Sparky looked at him, and Joe Louis went second deck, man.
He want to pitch to you.
Oh,
He didn't want to pitch to you.
Right.
I got him. First pitch.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Gossage and Joe became friends, as far as I know, too. All right, where are we going, JP?
We going back in time is where we going.
We got to hear from Art and Jakes and then Thrive. But first, we got some super chats to clear up. Shout out everyone sending in super chats. Where do we start from here? Detroit DC sent in his top 5. Number 1, Barry. Number 2, Sergey. 3, Calvin. 4, Zeke. And 5, Yzerman.
Not mad at that.
How do you argue with any of those names? Like and again, I feel kind of disrespectful to Sergei Fedorov. I do.
Yeah.
But if I like Steve or Nick or Sergey, I gotta go Nick and Steve. I got to.
Yeah. To me, you just got to have Miggy in your top 5 somewhere.
I agree with you.
He was so
And
fucking great.
to me, like I said,
Almost
my
back-to-back triple
non-negotiables,
crowns,
my
like.
non-negotiables, Barry, Zeke have
Yeah.
to be on that list. They have to be.
Yeah.
They have to be.
I'm not mad.
Fair enough. We got $1.99 from Zach Sophie sends us back in. He said, "What about the bird for the Tigers?"
Terry, how would you describe that? Because that, like, I remember it, but I was really, really, really young. It was just a small window of time. It was less than a year. It was part of one season, and then it kind of leaked into the next season, and then it was done, and his arm was shot. Right? Is that the best way to say it?
Okay, I'm confused. Are we talking about Joe
Mark
Louis on the blue line, or are we talking about something else?
Mark the Bird Fidrich.
Oh yeah,
It was just.
Yeah.
It was a small window for a team that really needed a small window.
How about a community that needed
Yeah.
a small window?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he was like his arm was shot.
Yep.
Damn.
It, like, literally, if you look, it was like from June of one year until June of the next year, and then his arm was shot, and it was over.
He did the Drew Brees. The arm
Yeah.
just fell apart. Damn.
And
He couldn't throw.
Yeah, it was bad.
I was a
Drew Brees
youth.
just fell
I was
apart.
in high school. They pulled Mark the Bird Fidrich. Bob Talbot did. They got Mark Fidrich to speak to a bunch of high school journalism students. I did a story on him,
Yeah.
and I won 3rd place.
Nice. The young legend Terry in
Yeah.
the making. I like it.
I remember that.
All right, what else you got, JB?
I'm just going through a lot of these ones that people have been sending in about Joe Louis. Shout out
Yeah,
to
no, you
everybody.
knew that was going to
Joe
Detroit DC sends us another $5. He's like, Sergey switched to D-man because he was asked. He went from the best forward in NHL to a top 5 D-man. That's unbelievable. Sergey was turbo with everyone else regular.
That is such a... Terry, I think you and I both had a front row seat for that. Every guy in that locker room said, I cannot believe... There were two guys. There was Sergey and there was Matthew Dandino. Every guy in that locker room, including a guy that I can legitimately say I became really good friends with, said he probably would have won a Norris Trophy. If you kept him at defense, he probably would have won a Norris Trophy. Boy, if that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Very versatile. But, the thing is, in this town, it's like you had to pick sides. You were an Yzerman person or you were a Sergey guy.
It was weird. He's right.
Yeah. It was like You pick sides, and you shouldn't have.
No, not at all.
You know what? Speaking of the Red Wings, who had a really heavy shot? Probably the toughest, hardest shot in Red Wing history. Joe Louis. They called seriously. They called his shot the Brown Bomber.
Yep. The Brown Bomber.
And later in his career, he set up Dale McCourt, and it showed the versatility of Joe Louis.
And I know y'all remember when Joe Louis hit the home run to send the Tigers to the World Series in 2006. Like, that was amazing.
It landed right behind us. I know that story.
That was a good day. That was a good game.
And the thing is about Joe, he scored a game-winning goal, hit a game-winning home run, and then just kicked somebody's ass for the hell of it.
Yeah, man.
Well, they call it the Joe Louis hat trick. I don't know if you know that.
The Joe Louis?
Yeah, it's the Joe Louis hat trick.
Oh, I haven't heard. What is that?
Score a goal, get an assist, and kick somebody's ass.
I mean, he was good until he ran into Rocky Marciano, though. We all know Rocky Marciano beat
Yeah,
his
but
ass.
he was old by then.
Yeah, right.
By then,
That was the only person that could stop
it
Joe
was
Louis
like the
again.
Elvis era of
him
Mickey,
by,
right? It was tip of the cap. We respect everything you've done.
Oh, man.
Boy, you guys are out of control.
Oh, that's a good one.
We got another $2 from Detroit, DC. He said, "Hey, young Joey, this is called sports."
It's all right, y'all. It's all right for him to not know a fighter from the 1940s. All right, it's okay for him to not know that. It's all right. But we had to educate the youth. He thought Joe Louis, and I can understand why you would think Joe Louis is named after a Red Wing.
I said it.
But the arena being for the Red Wings.
Connection. We can see the connection that you would make.
See, young Joey wasn't blessed like I was with ESPN Classic, the channel where I was able to watch some of these fights from the 1940s and 50s of Joe Louis.
All jokes aside, okay? This
Shout
is
out
a
ESPN Classic.
listen, this is a generational thing, okay? In Terry and I's generation, there were these things. I don't know if they were called books.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And if I wanted to get my sports fix, all right, you would have books about like the 100 most famous moments in sports and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, for a one-track mind kid like me, that's every birthday, Christmas, that's what get me this book, get me that book, get me that book. So in fairness, I don't think this generation. How many video retrospectives do you see on ESPN on Joe Louis or Mickey Mantle or Ted Williams?
Yeah.
You know, so Terry, for us, like I remember my grandpa went to a Super Bowl. I don't remember what Super Bowl it was, okay? And he told me, well, I'll get you a Super Bowl program because you're never going to go as a Lions fan, okay? And that's why when they go, I'll dance on his grave.
Yeah.
But he got me like a Super Bowl program. Like, that was a Bible to me.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember because of that book that he got me, I can tell you every MVP for the first 20 Super Bowls. I can tell you every score of the damn games and all that stuff because that was the stuff that we took in. KG, I think you hit the nail right on top of the head. You don't see those retrospectives. I used to love when NFL Films, remember back in the day before training camp started, they would roll through the 30-minute shows of the story of Super Bowl 19, the story of Super Bowl 20.
NFL
they don't even do that
baby.
shit anymore.
No, they don't.
So I think for young people out there, you either hear it via word of mouth from, dad or something, and I bore my kid to death with shit like that.
Yeah.
But you're not, Terry, kids aren't picking up a book.
But
they're
it's
not picking up a
No,
book.
they're not. And we had the encyclopedia.
Right.
Right.
But it's crazy because the information is more accessible than it's ever been. Like, if you really were interested, all you got to do is type it in Google, and you're going to get the whole layout of the career, the highlights, all of it. It's more accessible than it's ever been, but it's crazy these kids, don't necessarily know.
Well, my daughter was bragging to her friends that she knows what a phone booth is. Because nobody knew what a phone booth was. And I tell you what, and God bless you, I love you, I had to explain to a younger person the other day and he was black too, who Dr. King was.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Because I mentioned it in passing because it was something, and he was looking at me like,
is that taught in school?
No, I'm telling you.
Like,
they ain't teaching shit in these schools these days. Bro.
Like, legit,
over,
that's
bro.
not taught in school?
No. Not as much as it used to be. They don't hammer it home. Like, we knew the whole goddamn Dr. King biography.
Martin Luther King.
Barely, he says.
That's embarrassing.
Barely,
Wow.
he says.
Terry,
That's crazy.
you brought it up, like the whole phone booth thing. You guys will never understand that. You'll never, like, you can't. Terry, I knew where every phone booth was within a 5-mile radius of where I lived. I shit you not.
Drive into a phone booth to make a call
and
is the craziest concept.
if I wasn't able to get to the phone booth or didn't have the correct change on me, at least I knew I could drive to the pizzeria that I worked to make a phone call.
Right.
To tell my girlfriend, because I was inevitably late back in the
And
day.
make sure you call collect, too.
Yeah.
Make sure you call collect.
Man.
like,
wait till I explain to the youth nights and weekends. Wait till
I could
minutes.
roll,
Wait till
I could roll
explain
down
that.
the mean streets of Livonia today. Like, legitimately, drive down 7 Mile and go, all right, there's a phone booth there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that phone booth outside of Primo's. Oh, yeah, they had it next to that gas station. You knew where they all were.
They got rid of them all.
In case plans change and you had to call your boy. Hey, KG, I know I said I'd be over at 7:30. Shocker, I'm late. I'll be over at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because trust me, I used to be Mr. Late, like you wouldn't believe.
What a time to be.
In our phone booths, we had dudes around the phone booths to rob you because they knew you at least had a nickel.
Back when a nickel meant something.
Right.
God damn.
But then it became a dime, and then later on a quarter. Yeah. Probably when your youth, it was a quarter.
Yeah, it was. It was a quarter.
Right.
That's crazy.
Mine was a nickel.
I don't know if you know this, but you can look this up. Like, one of Joe Louis' nicknames was 007. That shot he hit against Portland in 90, that was one of his nicknames.
That's pretty bad.
Then he beat up Terry Porter afterwards.
Yeah. just insert Joe Louis in every goddamn sports movie. I love it. I love it, man.
Unbelievable.
We got to go to break.
JB, where are we going?
Let's go to break. We'll finish up the rest of these super chats afterwards. Let's hear from Art and Jakes and then Thrive. Terry, that's you, and then
all right, I don't like to brag, but at Art and Jakes, I got a girl.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Does Dr. Fauci know about this?
No, she don't know about that. She made a drink for me, and I drink it all the time when I go in there.
Okay.
But also, Woodward Sports is heading to Art and Jakes in Shelby Township for Detroit Tigers watch party. If you're still watching the Detroit Tigers, come hang out with the crew as we will be live Wednesday, July 22nd at 8 p.m. as Detroit takes on the Chicago Cubs.
That game already happened.
Okay.
Redacted. Redacted. Just go to Art Jakes.
I got a girl.
Yep. There you
Art
go.
Jakes.
Art and Jakes with the hookup.
She makes my drinks.
She could make yours too.
Huh?
She can make yours too.
She makes, yeah. I asked for a drink, and she made me a drink that tastes like iced tea because I like iced tea. So the Art and Jakes also has all these TVs, and I was in there with KG. You remember that? We were watching something, and so I was sitting over here, and KG was over here, and KG was worried about me. He said, "T," because I was sitting in front of the TV. He says, "T, can you see the game?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, there's TVs all around here, all behind you." So there's TVs all over the place. They have like 80, 100, 1,000 TVs. I don't know.
Seems like
but it's a fun spot to go. And the other thing is their food is delicious. They don't have fake wings. They're better than your wing place that you love. And you don't have to have sauce if you don't want to. And I got a girl at Art and Jakes.
There you go. You called her on the payphone.
Let's hear from Thrive.
All right, listen, sometimes you need that boost of energy in the morning, man. There's no other way to say that. You had a chill weekend, you had a busy weekend, you need that boost of energy in the morning. I needed that boost of energy in the morning. And you dippers out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's time to upgrade your game. Why don't you give Thrive energy pouches a shot? It is not daddy's dip, okay? It's tobacco-free, nicotine-free. It is a mental powerhouse with 300 milligrams of clean, smart caffeine. Now, what does that mean? You aren't going to get the jitters. There isn't a sugar crash, and there's zero bloating. Okay, the best way to get it, in my humble opinion, go to dipstop.com. That's dipstop.com. Why is that the best way? Because if you mention promo code WSN, you get 15% off just like that. You can head out to all Market Fresh and Market Square locations as well, as it's found exclusively there. Thrive is clean energy, zero distractions. That stuff effing works.
Dan Campbell Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Planet Fitness. I've been a member there going on 4 years, the best gym in the gym game. Something really cool they're doing this weekend due to the air quality outside. You can work out for free at any Planet Fitness, Michigan, Indiana, Ontario. Again, due to the air quality, you can still go get that workout in at Planet Fitness for free. Stay out of that smoky air and get into the clean facility that is Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Don't do it.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Look at it. Just look at it. Take a moment and look at it. It sells itself, you guys. That like legitimately it sells itself. Now, I can tell you, happy birthday, buddies. I can say that for 80 years they have been the Detroit style pizza. You hear it everywhere, okay? There's only one place it can stay. They were the originator. It was Buddies, right? And you can add some Detroit style to your next shindig. Having a bunch of kids over, whatever the case may be, get yourself from some Buddies. And if you have an order of $200 or more, you can use promo code Woodward20 to take 20% off the top, just like that, okay? Check out their menu. Yes, that sells itself, but there's so many unbelievable things on their menu. Just visit buddiespizza.com/catering to view their complete menu and place your order today. Terry, you know what's funny? You went to the bathroom. Do you know whose other name I thought of? And I know that there was a movie not that long ago. Like Jesse Owens. You know how I found out about Jesse Owens? Going to the little library at Coolidge Elementary School and seeing a sports book. And all I had to do was see it in the sports section, right? And I picked up this book and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Oh, Master Race? How'd that work out for you, Hitler? And like how many people, like legit, How many of the youngsters even know who Jesse Owens is?
No, yeah, I think you have a better shot at knowing who Joe Louis is than Jesse Owens.
That's a fact. I do believe that.
Probably, yeah.
But my father-in-law knew Jesse Owens.
Oh, no shit. For
yeah,
real?
Yeah, because he was from Cleveland, and he used to brag about this. There's this kid who's really fast, and was Jesse Owens.
Wow.
Right. Before the Usain Bolts of the world, it was Jesse
But
Owens.
you know what? Let me tell him myself. I watch the Oscars, the Grammys, all these award shows, and I'm constantly, these people roll up, and I'm constantly asking my wife, who is that?
Yeah.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yep.
They're pretty famous, too.
there comes a point in time in your life, and my kids love to do that. Like, they'll show me a picture, and they'll go, who is that? And I'll go, I have no idea. I've never seen that person before in my life.
Yeah.
And they'll go, yes, you have. And I'm telling you right now, I've never seen. And they love to do it with music now. That's their favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, they'll go, Dad, have you ever heard this song? No, what is this? Oh, it's only been number one for the last 3 months. Okay.
But what does number one even mean in the streaming era?
Right.
Like, streaming has changed everything.
1,000%.
Yeah, so going number one, it don't mean like as much as it used to.
Yeah. No, Terry, I think it's the generational thing is hysterical. Yeah, it is. I mean, there are people, guys that we grew up with that you would think that everybody, everybody know Guy Lafleur, right? Everybody knows Guy Lafleur, right? Do you know Guy Lafleur? No. Guy Lafleur.
No.
JB? Guy Lafleur.
No.
Joey? Guy Lafleur. Right. That's exactly it. Right.
Why would somebody know something about Guy Lafleur?
Yeah, people don't. But Terry, people don't know. They don't. And guys like you and I, that was like literally, he was the shit when we were little kids. He was the best hockey player in the world. It wasn't even close.
He was the fastest. His hair would be flowing.
His hair would fly. He had Les Moulets flying out.
He like a horse.
They called him the blonde demon because literally his hair's flying out. He's putting up 135 points, doing shit nobody else is doing. Why would somebody know who he is today?
Yeah.
Right?
True.
It's kind of funny how that works out.
And why wouldn't anybody care?
Yeah. Did he win anything? That's all they care
Yeah,
about.
he won a lot.
Okay,
yeah, he did. He won a lot. He won a lot. And Joe Louis is somebody you should care about.
A whole nation rallied.
Damon, did you know who Joe
him.
Louis was?
Yeah, he's a boxer.
Okay.
You better have, Damon. You older, so I expect more out of you.
Well, yeah, I beatbox.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. He trained with K9 Bundress. Shout out K9 Bundress.
I got into trouble because of K9.
Oh, for real? Oh,
yes.
You got to tell that story.
What
Shout
happened?
out K9. That's
K9, and they had a big boxing production here, and Floyd Mayweather. K9's boys were fighting against Floyd Mayweather's boxers and stuff. And so K9 was boxing on the card, and Floyd Mayweather went by K9's wife and started doing sexual gestures around her.
Oh, wow.
Thrusting and stuff. So I wrote a column saying, dude, I know you're Floyd Mayweather, but dude, show some class.
Right.
Don't do that to a woman. Don't do that to a woman in public. Don't do that to fellow boxer's wife.
Yeah.
And so I guess Floyd Mayweather caught wind of it. His boys told him about it. So I got a note from Floyd Mayweather said, next time you come to Detroit, I'm going to kick your ass.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn.
A little envelope that said TMT on it.
Yeah, right.
The buddy team.
And I said, no, you ain't kicking my ass because you ain't going to find me.
Right, I'm skipping town. Ha! Joke's on you.
No, thank you.
But I used to talk to K9 quite often because when he was trying to up himself and stuff. But yeah, I got in trouble. Shit, man.
Yeah. Just like this generation don't know about the Contender Series in which K9 Bundridge won and went on to become a 2-time champion. Yeah, man. Shout out K9, bro. But that's
they
hilarious.
don't know.
Yeah,
How many dudes threatened to kick your ass during your career?
I think you know of one. I think you do. One that literally said, I'm going to kick your ass. But then there were some guys. I think I took the Chris Spielman thing. I saw my life pass before my eyes. I did. He was very mad at me. But there was a Red Wing player who I think were cool now. There was a Red Wing player who literally I thought there was a split second where I thought to myself, well, I'm not going to go down like a punk. I'm going to give it back and let's see what happens.
Right.
But I didn't feel real good about my chances. But yes, one.
Yeah, my goal was always, I know you're going to kick my ass, but you're going to walk out of it with a broken finger or a black eye.
That was kind of my.
Now, I may not have any teeth when it's done, but I'm going to take something out of you.
Right.
Yeah, but
make them earn it, Terry.
Legitimately, to use those words, he didn't use them so eloquently, but he did the words after I take out a couple bleeps, like, I'm going to kick your ass, did come out of his mouth.
I got you, yeah.
And I took a deep breath, and I tried to talk him down, and we eventually talked it down.
That's good.
He overreacted about something. I think he would admit that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would. Back then, no way. The Spielman thing, I was wrong.
Yeah.
That was on me, 100%.
Okay. I was threatened by 3 athletes. Floyd Mayweather, Brett Perriman,
I wouldn't want to mess with
Yeah,
that.
right.
and
Brett
Tony
Perriman.
Phillips.
Tony Phillips?
Yes. And the Tony Phillips thing was really stupid. What happened was I had to go to a game in Toronto, and Pat Hinken was pitching for the Toronto Blue Jays, who was from Fraser. I knew Pat Hinken because I covered him in high school. So Pat Hinken beamed Tony Phillips.
Oh, shit.
And so Tony Phillips is bitching about Pat Hinken, how he's a motherfucker, and I hate him and everything. And I defended him and said, no, he's not that. He's a good guy, actually, because I've known him. And then Tony got mad at me. And we said, I'm going to kick your ass. That's why I'm just telling you the dude is a good dude. So that was it. And then Brett Perriman.
Right. How'd you piss him off?
I pissed him
Former
off
Detroit
because
Lion.
Brett Perriman didn't think he was getting the ball enough. He played for the Lions, for you young guys out there.
Right. That's why I said
Played second fiddle to Herman Moore. But Brett Perriman was bitching about not getting enough balls thrown his way. So they're going to Tampa, and so he's like, hey, man, I need the ball. So I wrote a column, stuck my neck on the line for this mug, and said, give Brett the ball more. He deserves it. He's a good receiver, and let's hook him up.
Right, hook the brother
so
up.
So then hook a brother up. So anytime you try to hook a brother up, you usually
it normally
get burned.
goes wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it normally goes
they
wrong.
play this
Terribly.
nip and tuck game in Tampa. Lions are down 3 or 4 with like 3 minutes left, and they're driving down the field. And then, of course, they throw a pass to Brett Perriman. He catches it, runs upfield, got a first down, and before he was tackled, he fumbled the ball. Tampa takes over, runs out the clock.
Damn.
So at the end of the game, there were Lion fans near the locker room throwing fruit and vegetables at the Lion players because they were pissed. So I wrote in my column that Lion fans were throwing cabbages and lettuce and tomatoes and shit at the Lion players, but most of that vegetable should have been thrown directed at Brett Perriman, who fumbled the ball in the last 2 minutes of the game. Man, he was fucking pissed. So I figured he was. So I'm like, I got to show up on Monday.
Right.
So I show up on Monday, and you know, usually what I get is the finger wag from Adrian Dantley. Like, come here. So he's like, man, would you write that bullshit about me? And I said, well, dude,
I promoted you.
You lost the game.
Yeah. I hyped you up.
And, you know, that's part of it. So then he said he was going to get his boys from Miami to come up and kick my ass.
Jesus Christ.
So then,
because I bigged you up.
So then I said, okay, I'm going to get my boys from Detroit to beat your ass.
You're right.
And I said, I put my money on Detroit fools over the Miami fools.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then this lasted for like 2 days. And then later on, I get the finger wag, and he just said, hey, man, we cool. I said, all right.
That's funny as hell.
That side of the locker, I know I told you this before. Like when I was like literally a kid, Killer told me, dude, whenever there's a loss, go to that corner of the locker room.
Right.
All that U crew would give you the best quotes in the history of mankind. And I think they liked me because I'm a fan. I'm never gonna hide it. Like I have a job to do, but I'm never gonna hide. And I would get frustrated with them and go, you don't understand. Everything you're talking about, I've seen my entire lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's cool, and things like those guys were. Could they give you quotes? Benny Blades?
Oh my God! Oh my Lord!
Give you quotes like you wouldn't believe, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
good.
You tried to shut him up. Said, dude, you're gonna get in trouble. He's,
hold court, legitimately in the corner, like hold the U crew, like in the corner. Oh, it was great. All right, we got a break. Terry, I want to get your thoughts on where the Pistons at and why aren't we seeing more action?
Right.
And what's up with Jalen Duren, man? Why ain't he signing? What else he gonna do?
We'll get into it.
He'll sign.
We'll get into it. All right, JB, where you want to go?
We got to hear from Icon and Supreme Lending, but first let me clear up some of these super chats that we forgot last time. Shout out to everyone sending in super chats. Jordan Lionheart, $2. He said Joe Louis left and the dead wing started.
Yeah. And once Joe Louis went out the door, it was over.
Joey Lewis.
Right.
Joey Lewis, the manager to be traded.
Yeah. Did Joe Louis miss the kick at 84?
Oh,
I don't even.
Damn him, man.
Happy New Year from the Lions, right? I mean, it's just one of those seminal moments, man. We're going to beat Frisco in Frisco. Eddie Murray, who's as sure as shit, misses a field goal. Happy New Year from the Lions.
So Lions, man.
Shout out to Tev Sauce sending in $5. He said, remember when Jared Goff threw that pass to Joe Louis for the first playoff ring? Damn, man. It still brings a tear to my eye.
Oh, man.
You know what I heard, Tev Sauce? You know what I thought? Day 32 of Joe Louis is a less than general manager. Spin rate Joe.
Spin rate Joey. Oh, shit.
Shout out to Evan Murphy sending us $1.99. He said, you don't know how good Joe Louis was on the ice.
You got a whole arena named after him.
Oh,
Just
my
saying,
gosh.
man.
He's better than Gordie Howe and Steve Eisen.
Oh,
Yeah,
easy,
man.
Easy. And you know why he doesn't get the love? Because he was a black man. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
That's
Oh, you
exactly
know that.
why.
You know that.
If he was white, they would have named downtown after him.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to Joe Louis.
Welcome
Just
to
population 700,000.
right.
Lewis Plaza. Lewis Plaza. Oh, shit. Lewis Hall.
We got $2 from Detroit, DC. He says, T-Foss back shots don't count as paintball? What is this?
Okay.
What?
What I do? I couldn't hear it.
He paid money for that, but shout out.
He says T-Foss back shots don't count as paintball?
Back shots don't count as paintball.
What?
Back shots.
Well,
Never mind,
back
let's
shots can mean different things.
yeah,
Detroit,
I don't know. What
DC,
was
you are a guy. Please explain that one. Please.
Elaborate, please. Because I don't know what's happening right here. But anyway.
We appreciate the money, though. We
yeah,
do.
If we don't know, then we
It's
move
going
on.
to our AC fund because we
Yeah.
baking in this motherfucker right now. Go ahead.
Evan Murphy again sending us $4.99. He said, remember Joe was the first guy to score in an arena named after him. It's Joe Louis with the last possession from deep in his very own arena. Bang!
Bang! Oh, shit.
I love when you started with remember.
Right.
There's nothing better. Remember that time? Oh my gosh.
It's great, man.
Oh.
But you know what? It shows how racist this area down. What was the last arena they tore down?
Joe
Louis.
Yep.
Named after a black.
That's crazy,
Named after
man.
a black hockey player.
After all the moments he provided.
Right.
After all the moments he provided. Because remember when he punched Claude Lemieux, you know? Remember when he turtle Claude Lemieux?
Right.
Like, come
March
on, man.
26, 1997.
Hey, no,
Hey,
D-Mac,
you know
D-Mac
what?
had the power
You
of
know how
Joe
tough
Louis
Joe
that day.
Louis was? He could kick Darren McCarty's ass.
Legit.
It would be a good fight for sure.
No, actually, he wouldn't.
No, well, yeah, I got my money on Joe. No disrespect to D-Mac.
Could you
know.
imagine Joe on skates? With
Right.
those big, like, 1930s.
Come on.
I want no
Right.
part, sir. No, sir.
On most nights it would be D-Mac, but I mean, he'd give him a run for his money though. He would. Right. Put up, put up.
Right now.
What was the gloves made out of back then? They was just sheepskin gloves, like sheepskin.
No, it was that good leather.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actual leather that really fucked
yeah.
your face up.
That would give you a black eye for
Right.
real.
Them gloves was heavy as shit.
All right, we
They
got to
had
hear
2
from
pound gloves back then.
Icon Auto and Supreme Lending.
Hey, we're excited to welcome Icon Auto Repair and Collision to the Woodward Sports family. You guys are great. You know, you do a great job of supporting those who support us. These guys are in that group. And if you got an issue with the car, you got in an accident, you need some repairs, trust the team at Icon Auto Repair and Collision. 3 locations all around Metro Detroit, Madison Heights, Shelby Township, Pontiac. They've got you covered, and they're going to go the extra mile as well. They offer free car loaners and even offer to pay your deductible. Visit iconauto.com. It's the icon you can count on.
And Terry, Supreme Lending.
What's
You're up,
next?
kid. Supreme Lending. You're up.
Well, you
Don't mess
guys
this
need-
up.
All right, you need to give me some, and luckily, it's right here next. Are you buying a home or refinancing that's a big decision. And just like in sports, you need the right team behind you. That's why we're proud to welcome Supreme Lending to Woodward Sports family.
Shout out.
Supreme Lending is a full-service lender. They boast a 99% close on-time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score. That's even higher than me. But here's the game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, and you will receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score this deal, call the numbers on your screen and talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you know you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, it all starts with the kids.
Shout out to Mad Packs, man, the maddest of packs, and y'all already know how Mad Packs is coming. They gonna get you high, they gonna have you feeling good, and they doing that with the gummies actually this time around. The Boom Shakalaka 200 milligram hash rosin gummies and the High-Low 200 milligram live resin gummies, alongside their other products like the Mad Packs extracts, Blizzard packs, flour pre-rolls, whatever you need, they got you covered, man. So you want to go to getmadpacks.com today. Don't waste time, do it right now. Mad Packs, mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs. And after you hit that Mad Packs, you're gonna want to relax, you're gonna want to stretch out a little bit.
Sit down.
Yeah, you want to sit down a little bit, as my grandma used to say. Go sit down. You can do that in a massage chair from the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, and they carry the top brands like Infinity and the Osaki Platinum that we miss ever so much. Shout out to Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the #1 YouTube massage chair review channel, and he's straight up just a good dude. He wants to take care of you, so book your visit at massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code right on the screen. Massage Chair House, your ultimate ticket to recovery and relaxation.
I will never look at Joe Lewis the same way again.
I know, right?
Ever. Thanks.
It's hard to remember all the moments. You just provided so many moments.
I don't even. Terry, there's no doubt about it. The other general managers in this town, okay? I mean, obviously Steve is gone, okay? Scott Harris, you have a lot of people that swear by him. Frustration. There's a lot more frustration, I think, with Brad Holmes than people want to admit. I really do believe that, especially as time goes on. Trajan, we're not there yet, but I told KG at the end of next year, okay, guess what? Now it's over. The free pass is over. Like you took that step. Now what are you prepared to do to help the Pistons get to the next level? It has been a very awe-inspiring offseason, to put it mildly. Is there something being planned?
No.
Oh, cool.
There's not.
Cool.
Unless it develops later on. I think Trajan. I tell you, there was one thing that disturbed me when Trajan Langdon was announced as the guy in charge. When Tom Gores got up there and said, "I'm going to teach him everything I know," I'm like, "Oh shit, you in trouble, man." But I think Trajan doesn't understand who he works for. I think if Tom Gores would bring in anybody, if Trajan's decided to sign Keem Olajuwon at age 50-something and said, "I want to pay him $40 million a year," Tom Gores said, "Let's do it." So he seems to be a reserved, mild-mannered guy. He seems to be a guy that wants to build, and maybe this is the right way to do it. He wants to build slowly. He wants to build with the right pieces, and he's probably looking at all these guys like Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, all these guys as has-beens, that they're not going to be what we know them to be. But some of these younger players could develop into something. He's probably looking at the Joe Dumars model, where you have a bunch of good players who develop and become something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's playable in the NBA anymore. It might be, but I think he's going to try to find out. And there's no pressure on him because Tom Gores doesn't know what he's doing. He's just throwing out T-shirts and spending money. So he has that latitude to take his time.
But it fits right here in Detroit then.
Yeah, it does. But you know what? We are in a different society where we're impatient. And the reason we're impatient here is because this whole town went through a drought where nothing happened. It was like a desert of sports. Now, if Detroit was still, I mean, let's say the Tigers have won a World Series or two in the last 5 years and the Pistons have made a deep playoff run a couple times, we wouldn't be in this position. But the problem is Detroit hasn't had anything for a long time. And so now we're waiting for somebody to say, hey, go for it. Yeah. And I believe if you go for it and if you skip steps that you think are necessary to build a foundation, you will succeed. Because we're not looking for you to be good for 8 to 10 years. We're looking for you to win a championship in the next 2 or 3 years. And so that's the disconnect, I think, between Langdon and the fan base and the people who follow these teams. And other teams are doing it. They're like, look, we're not going to build slow. We got 3 good pieces. We're just going to add a 4th. We don't care how much it costs. We don't care what happens at the end of 3 years, because I don't care if you have wooden legs after 4 years. I'm looking to see what you can do today, right, or what can you do next season. And I think all of the general managers here are looking long term and sustainable, but that's not the way that our fan base is looking at it anymore.
The lack of urgency in this town, it's real, man. It is. I mean, when you go across the board, it's real. We got to get out of here. Shout out to Joey, the Brown Bomber, KG, JB.
I feel bad about that. That's my fault.
Don't feel bad.
Don't
you
feel
gave
bad.
him education.
You know what? No. Do you know? If you don't know the answer,
if you're from Detroit,
if you don't know the answer, don't say anything.
Yeah.
That's
if you're
a lesson
from Michigan,
learned,
you
right?
should know who Joe Louis is.
I think you should. And if you don't know the answer, say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what you say? Joe Louis, he's a good athlete.
Oh, that's even better.
Period.
All right, keep it dialed in. T-Foss will be back in tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Check you out tomorrow morning. Peace.